What if you could fire at an enemy without ever sticking your head around the corner? It sounds like a video game power-up, but the CornerShot weapon system is 100% real, and it's been used on the battlefield. The problem it solves. For centuries, soldiers and police faced the same deadly problem. To shoot, you had to expose yourself. Peek out from behind cover, push through a doorway, check around a corner, and suddenly you're a target. Engineers wanted a solution, a gun that could fire without putting the shooter in the line of fire. The result was a device that looks part rifle, part sci-fi movie prop. How the CornerShot works. At its core, the CornerShot is a hinged weapon system. The barrel and front half of the gun can swivel left or right up to 60 degrees, while the shooter stays safely behind cover. Mounted on top is a small camera and flashlight, transmitting a live video feed to a screen at the back. The operator doesn't have to see the target directly, they see it on the display, aim, and fire. It can mount pistols, grenade launchers, and even less lethal weapons. Think of it as a high-tech arm extension that bends the laws of combat. Where it came from. The CornerShot was invented in the early 2000s by Lieutenant Colonel Amos Golan, a former Israeli counterterrorism operative. He teamed up with US investors to create a weapon that could dominate urban warfare, where enemies hide behind walls, in tight alleys, and inside buildings. SWAT teams and special forces units in multiple countries tested it. Its mission? Kick down the risk of ambush.
Tactical advantage.
Imagine storming a house with hostages inside. Normally, breaching a doorway puts the first man in extreme danger. But with a CornerShot, you can aim around the frame and fire without entering. In street battles, soldiers can clear alleys without ever exposing their heads or shoulders. Even riot police have tested versions with tear gas launchers, keeping officers out of direct line of attack. It's not just a weapon, it's a psychological edge. The enemy never knows when or where fire will come from. The drawbacks. But, like every futuristic tool, the CornerShot has limitations. It's heavier and bulkier than a standard rifle. The hinge makes it awkward in fast, fluid combat situations. It's expensive. Not every army or police force can afford to outfit squads with them. And most importantly, technology has evolved. Drones, remote cameras, and robotics can now scout and attack from even safer distances. The CornerShot solved one problem, but newer tech is already solving it better. The legacy. Even if it isn't widespread today, the CornerShot left its mark. It proved that weapons don't have to be straight lines of steel. They can bend, adapt, and merge with surveillance tools. The idea of combining firepower with cameras and screens paved the way for smarter, more integrated combat systems, from drone-mounted rifles to AI targeting visors. The CornerShot showed us that even something as basic as a gun can be reinvented. So here's the question. Is this the future of small arms, or just a bizarre detour on the road to robotic warfare? This is Techrupt. Subscribe now before the next battlefield weapon bends reality even further.